Hello there, it's Dave at Fun Science Cheltenham. We have been running our summer holiday club this week, and today we were doing the electronics session, and we were making gadgets and devices with the children, including torches, little robots, and also burglar alarms. A neat little burglar alarm, working burglar alarm that your children can use to protect their valuables. Now, it's tricky, it's challenging. I warned the children that it would test them and that it may take a little persistence. And that was true, it turned out. And some of these gadgets, they didn't last until the end of the day because they got played with, and when they get played with, they tend to fall apart. So here's a little tutorial video on how you can put your burglar alarm back together or get it functioning if it doesn't seem to be working as it should. So these are the things that you're going to need. You should have a coin cell and the coin cell holder, which has the little switch on it. Now the coin cell opens up. I said to the children it's a little bit like a toilet seat, which it does kind of look like a toilet seat. You undo the two clips, flip it up, and inside there are some metal contacts. Now the copper contacts are in the bottom. The kind of knobbly side, which is the negative side of the cell, goes against the bottom contact. Put it in, close it over, and there is your power supply. And what I've done is I've stripped off the plastic insulation at the end of the wire. So if you don't have much wire showing, then get a pair of scissors or wire strippers if you have them and strip them to at least about 1 centimetre in length. Okay, you've got that. You've got your buzzer, and again you will want to have about 1 centimetre of copper wire showing at the end. So again, strip that with some scissors if you need to. You'll also need a wooden clothes peg, a plastic one will do, and you'll also need a couple of pieces of tin foil, long thin pieces preferably. You'll need some sellotape as well. If you've got duct tape or something like that, Gorilla Tape, then that's great too. Okay, so here's how you assemble it. The first thing you need to do is take your clothes peg and you need to wrap the jaws of the peg, if you like, with the foil. So I'm going to wrap this round a few times. There we go. So what we're doing is here we're creating a switch, right? You might want to sticky tape that in place. Now, if you decide to do that, sticky tape the foil in place, make sure that you are not getting any tape in between the jaws here, because that's going to be your contact, and so you can't have any insulating material in there. I'm not going to bother with the tape. I'm just going to sort of crimp it in place and hope for the best. Now I'm going to do the same with the other side. Oops, it's fiddly, but perseverance brings rewards, doesn't it? My first one's come undone already, of course. So even I'm not great at this. Even I'm still practicing. Here we go. There's one. There's two. That'll do. It's good enough. There we are. Right, so you've got a clothes peg and you've got the jaws of it, if you like. They have been tin foiled. Okay, now taking your power source, your battery in its holder, and your buzzer, what you want to do is take one of these wires on the buzzer, either one will do, one of these wires on the battery holder, either will do, and you want to twist them together. So I'm crossing them over, here we are, crossing over the metal parts, and I'm twisting. You can even bend them down into sort of a T-shape and twist. Now the more you twist this, the more secure it will be. You can also you could fold that and you could put a bit of tape over it to make it extra secure. I just take a little piece of tape, pop it on the joined wires like so, fold it over. It's not neat, but it does the job. So hopefully you can see there that what we have is the two wires which have been twisted together, and there's a piece of sellotape to make sure they don't come apart. Okay, That's the first part of your electrical circuit. Now the rest, you have 2 wires left. These 2 wires. I've got the black one, and then there's one coming off my battery holder. What these need to do is they need to connect to each side of this tinfoiled peg. So tell you what, first things first, I'm just going to touch the wires together to make sure everything is working. If it's not, it may be because your battery holder is switched off. Switch it on and you get a tone, okay? Switch it off again. So we've got these 2 wires. We know that our circuit is working, all of our components are working. Now what we need to do, we need to connect these 2 spare wires, if you like, to either side of this peg. Now again, sellotape, duct tape, gorilla tape, something like that would be ideal. You might find a better solution, glue maybe. Just make sure that the contact between the wire and the foil is a good strong one. Also make sure, if you do decide to use tape to secure this, don't wrap it around and between the jaws, because again, you're going to be filling that contact with plastic, sellotape, and sellotape doesn't conduct electricity. So you need to find a way to fix them to the outside without disrupting the connection in the middle. I'm going to use a bit of tape and I'm going to stick it on there, but I'm not going to go in between the contacts. This is going to be a little bit slapdash. You'll be able to make a better job of it, I'm sure. There's the other one. So on the other side of the peg, the metal part of the wire is connected to the metal foil, right? Now, hopefully when I switch this on, we get a tone because the circuit is complete, right? If I squeeze the peg, and open the jaws, the connection is broken. So the connection between those 2 bits of foil has been broken. Now, the way the burglar alarm works is you get a piece of cardboard, or it could be plastic, and you attach it with glue or sticky tape to a long piece of string or cotton or wool, something like that. Cotton might be good because it's nice and thin and hard to see. On the other hand, it's not very strong, so it might break. So do some experimenting and find out what's best. The way this works is your insulator, your insulating cardboard or plastic, goes in between these jaws, so in between the foil, right? You then stretch your string across a doorway, for instance, and when somebody walks through the doorway and through the string, they will pull the insulator out from between these jaws, and the jaws snap close and the alarms sound, right? So that is your burglar alarm with tripwire system. Let me just see if I can find a little bit of something to put in between. So here's just a little piece of plastic. I'm going to put that in between my contacts. Right. So imagine now that there's a piece of string tied to this ring, okay? And that's stretched across a doorway. Oops. Hello. Stretched across the doorway. Somebody walks through the doorway, pulls on the string, and whoops. There you go. One burglar alarm. Now, you can, of course, attach the buzzer and the battery to your peg to make it a bit more neat, but that's form over function. This will function perfectly well. Okay, I hope that helps. I hope you have fun with it, and I hope to see you soon at one of our events. Bye bye.